Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to something a little bit different today. So as you can obviously tell, this isn't our normal setting and also isn't my normal type of recording. So I don't normally record, I normally live stream, so this is a little bit different for me and yeah, it's a little bit awkward, I must say, but you know, needs must. So I've got I need to talk about my health problems and also my simulator costs. So I'll be doing two different videos. So this one is going to be about my health problems. So this is a video recording about my day-to-day life and why I wear racing harnesses on the simulator and why now and again in the streams I have seizures. There will be a video as well to the cost of the simulator, how I've paid for it, things like that, because these are questions that we're getting all the time. So it's a little bit of an FAQ, or however you put it. It's a bit like that, but I don't do writing very well, so I'd rather just sit and record it, even though this is awkward. So on to the health problems. First things first, a lot of questions I get a lot is, do I work? I don't work at the moment. From where me and my wife used to live as well, it was, with my health being so bad, it was definitely worse. It's definitely got a little bit better, I would say. It was difficult. I couldn't get a job. I wasn't allowed in the job centre from a health and safety point of view. So my actual illness is basically, what happened was I had a bike accident on a push bike. I fell from around about 6 to 7 feet. I was on a wall and I fell backwards. Bashed the back of my head, can't remember it, blanked out. So basically that's where it came from. That leaves me having basically an illness where my brain sends and receives incorrect signals, is basically how it's put. There isn't any way to fix it. There isn't any way. I've been on medication. Bear in mind, I've suffered with this for around about 6 years now. There's no medication, there's no fix. A symptom of my problems are that I have seizures. The seizures that I have no warning. There's no warning at all. I might have one now, might have one in a couple of minutes. I might not have one on this video. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to have them. There is absolutely no warning at all. So it's difficult. I don't know when I'm going to have them, therefore I can have them when I'm eating, I can have them when I'm in the shower, I can have them walking, I can have them sleeping. My wife works, my wife said that I've had them sleeping. So this is where the work thing comes in as well. I couldn't get employed if I wanted to be honest, because how would I get to work? I need to be supervised when I leave the house. I need to be supervised when I'm eating. As someone just over here, my wife is watching while I'm doing this, so there's always somebody around, there's always somebody about. The only time that I'm fully basically safe is when I'm in my simulator. So we fitted harnesses to the simulator to hold me in, so when I have a seizure, I slump down, I go unconscious, I then shake violently. It can be for 10 seconds, it can be for 3 minutes, it can be for 5 minutes. It's different every time. The seizures vary different every time. Some people see them and they go, oh, that's nothing, that's dead easy. I can't explain to you how sore they are. So going back to it anyway, so that is why I don't work. That's why I don't work, because I need to be supervised all the time. As I say, eating, going to the toilet, things like that, I have to be supervised because the bathroom's a dangerous place. There's sinks, there's a lot of things where you can fall. Having a shower, obviously, I need to be supervised. Leaving the house, can't leave the house on my own because people just freak out. They phone ambulances and things like that. So we've kind of got used to that now. The way that my illness affects me at the moment is basically I have around about 2 to 5 every day of my life. So I've only had one today. That might be it. I don't know. You just don't know. That's the thing. So the way that it affects me at the moment is, as I say, it affects me to the point where, because I need to be supervised to do so many things, I never feel normal. So the reason why I game so much, obviously now stream, but Originally it was just gaming, and it was purely because once I'm strapped in, people can leave me alone, and I feel normal. Another downside to being strapped into the simulator is they hurt. You should never restrain somebody having a seizure. Do never restrain somebody having a seizure. You just don't do it, because it hurts that person a lot. When your muscles are going as hard as they can, and they tense so much. I don't feel anything because I'm unconscious, but when you wake up and you've been strapped in and the straps have bruised all around your pelvis, you know, or they've, you know, bruised around your ribs. I've had complete marks all the way down here off the straps because my body's tried to... When I've watched my seizures back, I kind of twist and I go rigid, and my back twists. So obviously the straps hold me down, and the amount of injuries I've had. But the biggest thing with that is I can't fall out and hurt anything. So I can't fall off the rig. Bear in mind, I'm not worried about hurting the rig too much because it's fixable. It's a machine. I can fix it. It's not an issue. But if I fall into the rig, or there's a radiator in here, there's all the pipes and all the wires, I could get anything wrapped around my neck, or it's just not worth the risk, which is why I choose the pain side of having the harnesses on. So it does hurt more, but in the long run, I'm still safe. So that's why I wear harnesses. Another thing, probably, I don't know if anyone's actually noticed, it has happened on 2 or 3 streams. I do become incontinent on some seizures. It is embarrassing to talk about, but the whole point of this is I'm trying to answer all your questions. You know, so I can just put a link in the chat, and this video will answer all your health problem questions. So yeah, so anyway, I do become incontinent. It's a point of just, you know, dry the seat out. It's as awful as it is, but you dry the seat out, you know, wash my clothes and things like that, and I have to, obviously my wife has to watch me while I go for a shower. So it's one of them things, you don't really get embarrassed about it. You can't. It's my life. I can't be embarrassed about it. I've got to just get on with it. The fact is, I have seizures. If I want a live stream, the seizures are going to be on stream. Biggest question I get when I tell people that I have seizures, and that's why I wear the harnesses, is the first thing people will say is, do you have them on stream? And obviously I do. I have them every day of my life with no warning. I stream pretty much every day of my life for most of the day. So there's going to be a time where I have them on stream. I've been very lucky at the moment. I've not had that many on stream. You know, I've had a couple, and I had a bad day not so long back where I had a seizure in every stream, but it's not that bad. Going into a bit more detail on the health problem, what it used to be, not a lot worse, but it was definitely worse, where I was having sort of 20 plus a day. I would be in hospital a lot, you know, and things like that. This is one of the reasons I got into streaming. My dad was the one who really wanted me to get into YouTube, you know. But also when I wasn't well and I spent a lot of time on the couch on my own, I didn't game, because when you were having them every 10-15 minutes you would have a seizure, and you go unconscious and you wake back up, and you're unconscious and you wake back up. You can't get into anything. You can't get your mind focused on anything. So I just laid in my bed, or wherever my wife was, I would just lie and just stare at the ceiling. And then I got my iPad, and then I started to get into people streaming. So I would watch live streams, and I would watch streams and things like that. So for me, that's where wanting to do YouTube came from as well, was my dad obviously really wanted me to get into it. And also I watched a lot of streamers. So I knew they helped people like me, and not from a health point of view, but I knew it got me through definitely some rough times, where you could just watch some people and your mind was just not into it, but it really helps. So I know if you're watching my streams and it's relaxing and it's helping you, and you've either you're struggling with an illness yourself, I know streams help. I know they do, because I've been there myself. So that was one of the reasons I got into YouTube. The other reason was I game a lot, you know, and there's a huge community of people out there that love to game and like watching gaming, and that was one of the reasons that I loved the streaming over videos. That's why I don't record videos anymore. I purely only do live streams, because I love them. I love live streams. Mentally, completely fixed me, completely helped me. It gives me a purpose to get up every day and get on. And even if I get up, have a seizure, wet myself, it's like, right, get cleaned up. I've got a stream to go and do. I want to go and stream and talk to everybody. So it's hard, and people are going to watch this. People are still going to judge me, and I get it. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this video. And I can update the video in the future. I can change the video. I can do different questions. So if you've got any questions, put them in the comments. And I'll do another video and try and answer them. But the couple of the biggest questions I get is my mind's terrible. Is a lot of the biggest questions. I won't answer any money questions or any simulator questions in this video, because I'm going to do a separate video on that to answer that. But the biggest questions I get is obviously my wife works and I don't, so people judge me on that front. But what you need to not do is judge people. You cannot judge people in this world. Someone like me who just gets on, and you wouldn't know there's anything wrong unless I told you, or unless you saw me have a seizure in front of you, which does happen a lot. But the biggest thing is people judge you. So straight away people come on the streams and say, oh, he's wearing harnesses, you're not in a real car, what do you think, you're going to fall out? And then you say, well, actually I've got a disability that has left me having seizures every day of my life. And they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But why judge in the first place? Why not just ask a question and say, why do you wear harnesses? And I can say, well, it's because of this. And then you won't feel bad. And you can go, all right, okay, fair enough, good idea, brilliant. You don't go out in the street with someone in a wheelchair and then walk straight over and say, what's the matter with you? Or, you know, you just don't do it. So I don't know why people do it over the internet. I don't know what that's about. You can't judge people. I don't judge people. I don't expect to be judged. I know I'm going to get judged. But I'm trying to help people to understand that the biggest thing is people will judge me, then I'll tell them what's the matter, and then they feel bad. Well, if you just didn't judge someone in the first place, you wouldn't feel bad. So it's fairly easy. The hardest part of life is people tell you to just get on. So if you're unwell, they say, you know, if you complained about it all the time. So if I got up every day and went, oh, my muscles are so sore, and you know, I've got massive muscle fatigue. My legs are shaking, my hands shake my hands shake a lot, and I get massive cramps in my hands. If I complained about this all the time and went, oh, I just had a seizure in Tesco and wet myself, that was embarrassing. If I just moaned all the time, the first thing people would say behind my back or to my face would be, just get on with it, Mark. Just pick yourself up and get on with it, right? That's fine. That's what I do. So I do just get on with it. But when you get on with it, people assume you're fine. So it doesn't matter which way that you deal with your illness. If you just get on with it and you just crack on, you have a seizure, you pick yourself back up, you crack on, you know, same again every day, someone will still judge you because you're not complaining about it. So it's very, very difficult. But basically all I wanted to do for this was to let you guys know that yes, I have seizures. Yes, I do have them on stream. I wear harnesses because I have seizures. The seizures aren't fixable. I do see a specialist once a month. I do go to the hospital, obviously, if anything changed. I've lost my eyesight before through a really bad seizure. I've had many different symptoms, so there is times where I will need to go into hospital. But generally, day to day on a stream, when I have a seizure and I have the harnesses on, just don't freak out. Honestly, I'll wake up, I'll get back on. If I'm really not good, I will stop the stream. But most of the time, I'll wake up and I'll crack back on. Bear in mind, I've got around about 10 people that are in the streams every day that have all my wife's contact details and that can contact my wife, no problem. So I'm never alone here. You might look like it, but I'm not. As I say, there's someone standing right over there keeping an eye on us. So you're never alone. But that's the biggest thing. That's the way the illness affects me. And really, I don't really know what else to answer on this stream. It was purely just I wanted to try and answer a few questions and kind of make you aware that this video is here. Please, as I say, leave a comment in the description if you have any major questions that you want to ask. But this is the video that will get linked to any questions about my health reasons in the description. So anything, sorry, in the live stream. So if you're on the live stream and you say, why does Mark wear harnesses? The moderator will link this video to you. And everything's in here. That's why I wear the harnesses. My health, you know, I don't have epilepsy. I have non-epileptic seizures. which are caused by a head injury that I had, and they're not fixable. So there's no point in dwelling on it every day, and you know, so I just get on with it. I enjoy my life. As I say, I stream a lot because I don't work. I would love this to become a job in the future. It's something I can do safely. It's something I can do while I'm being watched. There's always someone in the house. I can eat my dinner when I want because there's someone here. If I do become incontinent, I can get someone to help me get washed. There's always someone here, and that's the biggest thing. So if I could work from home, brilliant. That would be fantastic in the future. But yeah, that's it really. It was just, you know, please leave a comment in the description if you want to know any more questions, and if I get a lot of different questions in the future, I will do another video. I just need a basis. I needed a basic video to start with. So that's my health problems. That's how it affects me roughly. I mean, it's definitely worse, but there's definitely worse points to it. But yeah, other than that, that's the biggest thing I want to touch on. There's a lot of things I can't do anymore, but the biggest thing is I can do the streaming and I enjoy it. So thanks again. Massive shout out to you all. You don't need to leave a thumbs up or anything. This video is not about that. This video is purely just to help my live streams and help the moderators in my live streams. So a big shout out to the moderators. Please link this video in any questions to do with my health problems. And yeah, thanks again guys. Enjoy the stream if you're currently watching a stream and you've hopped over to find out about my health problems. And other than that guys, I will see you in the next one. Thanks again, and big thumbs up from me. Take it easy guys, and we'll see you all very, very soon.